Hello everyone, my name is Winters and welcome back to this Let's Play series of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. We are continuing on exactly from where we left off. We currently have 4 jobs in the garage, all of them experience orders. We have picked up a massive amount of jobs and we have been fortunate enough that all of them are experience orders. We are going to work on this one for this episode, and we have already made a decision as to which project we're going to work on next. So once we have some room, we'll move that into the garage and we'll start working on it in our spare time. Anyway, there's no point in going to the phone because we don't have any room, so we may as well take a gander at this one and see what is wrong with it. Car loud when accelerating, driver struggling to find gears, transmission non-responsive, find and fix all gearbox problems. Right, that's gearbox, pressure plate, release bearing, flywheel, clutch plate. That's what that is. This is probably a muffler or manifold or something. Let's get her up on the first stage of the level. This job shouldn't take that long by the sounds of it. So let's take a gander at the exhaust manifolds. That one's fine. That one's fine. And I can see it's that rear muffler there. That is the culprit. Right, next. Can I get the starter here? Or nope, it has to be done underneath, which means we're going to lift her up to the top level. And we'll pull out that muffler. Do I have one? I don't. I need to get one. Next, we're going to take off the drive shaft. And next, the starter. And then the gearbox itself. Yeah, look at this. Release bearing, pressure plate, clutch plate and flywheel are all in tatters. Now, I might have some of this stuff, like a flywheel. I do. I think I have a clutch plate. I do. I think I have a pressure plate. I do. I'm not sure about a release bearing. I'm going to take a guess that I do. I don't. Haha, look at that, huh? Right, let's just quickly go and see what we can recondition. Not a lot. Okay. So, I need parts. Oh, I can actually pick up the muffler here. Here we go. We'll pick up like 5 of them. So we'll have some spares, because that's a pretty common muffler that we come across. Next, we're going to do a search for clutch, and we want the release bearing, and I'll pick up 3 of them. So we have some spares. Okay, so now we'll get the release bearing on. Now we might need a gearbox. We are going to need a gearbox. Alright. So let's move on to the muffler. And it's a gearbox V8 OHVF. Right. So into the store. We're going to search for gearbox. Gearbox V8 OHVF. Here we are. There it is. 1600 for that. Not surprising, I suppose. I mean, you know, there's a lot of working parts in gearboxes. Alright, get the drive shaft on. Lovely. And the starter. And I think that that's it. We'll drop her down. If that is it, I mean, that was a nice quick job. All done there, all done there, all done there, and all done there. Excellent. So we spent 5,100 on parts and we're getting 13,500 back in payout. Cha-ching! Right, next we're going to move on to... Let's move this... No, we're gonna work on this car. How are we doing on time? Yeah, we're only at the 5-minute mark. Okay, what needs to be done here? Filters need replacing. So let's mark those off, even though we won't miss any, I doubt. Gearbox control and repair. Right, that's the same crap again. Spray it factory color. Right, this is not going to be a difficult job. So we'll put it up on the first stage lift. We'll open the hood. And, oh, look at that engine. Starter comes off underneath. So let's move on to the air filter. Air filter. Fuel filter. And I think I have a fuel filter. I do. I doubt I have an air filter. Alright, round air filter 2 carb. Oh, wait a minute. What sort of oil filter do we need? Oil filter V8 OHV. Okay. Filter is what I want to search here. So round air filter 2 carb V8 OHV. That's the one I want there. Round air filter 2 carb. There we go. Alright, we'll put this in. We'll put the cover back on. And now we will lift her up. And actually we're going to drain the oil. There we go, that's that done. And now we will replace the oil filter with the new one. And alright, that's the filters done. What was the rest of it? It was the gearbox, wasn't it? Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, so starter, you're coming off. Drive shaft, you're next. Then the gearbox itself. Yeah, knew it. Release bearing, pressure plate, clutch plate, and flywheel all need replacing. And we have the spares already in stock, say for the gearbox probably. I might be able to recondition that gearbox. Let's see if I can. No, can't do it. Shit. Alright. Gearbox. Gearbox V8 OHV. There it is there. $810. Alright, starter is next. And then the drive shaft. And that should be this job done. Lovely. Alright, now we can drop her down. All the way. And now we just need to put some oil in the engine. So we'll do that now. And then I think that is the end of this order. Done in less than 5 minutes. 2 orders done in less than 10 minutes altogether. That's great. Alright, she should be finished any second here now. There it is. Alright, all done there. All done there. Aha! We have to spray it. Okay, so we're not done. To the paint shop. To the paint shop. Off we go. Alright, spray it factory color, which is going to be something horrendous probably. Oh no, it's red. Oh, it's more orangey, isn't it? It's not a nice color at all. Right, anyway, the customer's always right, except this dipstick. And that should be the job done. Alright, so we spent 2,700 on parts and we're getting 6,900 back in payout. Cha-ching! Wunderbar! Right, what is next? This bad boy. I'm going to move you to lifter A. I'm going to push you into lifter B. And let's check the phone to see if there are any more experience orders. Yes, there are. And I just picked it up in the nick of time as well. Wow. Nearly ran out of time there. How are we doing on time? 10 minutes. Right, let's take a gander at this bad boy. See what we have to do. Replace timing related parts. I can mark those off now, actually. Filters need replacing. I can mark those off. Should be easy. Strange noises from the engine bay. Change engine oil and filter. Repair all running gear faults. Holy shitballs. Right. Can this car go to the test path? It can. We might find that we will discover a few items here by doing this. Excuse me. So first up is the front brakes, and we can see both left and right are above average, so nothing wrong there, that's good. Next up we have the rear brakes. Again, both left and right are above average, which is great. We are moving on to the front suspension now, and we're just waiting for the results to come back here. We can see the front left is in above average condition, and front right is actually not very good, only at 24%. The rear is above average on both sides. So we have rubber bushing, shock absorber, double wishbone, upper suspension arm. Right, we definitely worth the time. We were able to discover a few items there, which is great. That is why we done the test in the first place. Now, aha, it's one of these ones. Alright, let's mark off what we have discovered. A lot of rubber bushings. Okay. So I think we should start off with the air filters, or the filters overall. I think that would be a good place to start. And I know I have a fuel filter. Is this another V8? It is. It's another V8. Right. Filter. And we want... You know what? I should pick up like 3 of these. Have some spares. Round air filter 2 carb. I'll do the same thing since a few of those are popping up now. Alright, and the cover next. I don't really see... Oh, the timing. Right, okay, here. So let's start by getting the fan off. Then the belts. Then the water pump pulley and the water pump itself. Right. Now, do I have a water pump? I do. I doubt I have a pulley. Oh, I do. Excellent. That's fantastic. The belt, same one that came off, it can go back on. And the same with the fan. Excellent. Right, so that's the engine bay stuff done. Now we can lift her up. And we can start working on the running gear stuff. So this wheel needs to come off. Oh, look at that shock. It's in a really bad way, isn't it? Alright, this side doesn't look too bad. Do you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to drain the oil. Before I forget. Okay, end link, you need to come out. That knuckle and outer tie rod needs to come out. Steering rack looks like it needs work as well, so we'll take that out. Upper suspension arm. Shock. And let's strip all of this down to get down to the knuckle. The bearing needs replacing. So is that wheel hub. Bottom suspension arm, you can come out. And and get that knuckle. Right, so now we need to move over to the other side. Let's get that filter done. And we need to undo the tie rods, inner and outer, so that we can get at the steering rack, which needs replacing. Now, next up, we are going to see what parts we can recondition. Not a lot. And we'll break down that shock. So it's a full replacement that we need. So I think I need a spring. And I'll buy 3 of them. Have 2 spare. And I think I have the shock absorber and the cap. Double wishbone shock absorber, front spring, and the cap. Excellent. Okay. Now we'll move back to this side. Do I have a knuckle? Probably not. Oh, I do. Excellent. That's fantastic. All new rubber bushings. Now the shock. Oh wait, no. Apparently the end link. I thought it was putting in the shock, but apparently not. There we are. There's the shock. Alright, now the axle cover. New one. And a new wheel hub. And a new wheel bearing. And brake disc ventilator, the one that came off, it can go back in. Wheel hub cap, the one that came off, it can go back in. Brake pads, the one that came off, can go back. Reconditioned caliper. Reconditioned steering rack. Inner tie rod, brand new. Outer tie rod, brand new. Okay, that's looking pretty good there. Let's move on to these rubber bushings in the cross member that need to be replaced. Lovely. Alright, now we'll move over to the far side and we'll get the inner tie rod in place. Screw it, we'll put in a new one. No, do you know what? I'm going to put in the ones that came out of it. And the same with the outer tie rod. Okay, now how are we looking on parts? Water pump is done. Oh, we have to get down to the cam gear. Oh, shit. Right, we're not finished in the engine bay yet. Filters are done. Strange noises from the engine bay. Change and drain oil. Repair all running gear faults. Now this, we should have a lot done. And indeed, it looks like we have all of that done. Right, so the wheels can go back on, and now we can start working on the engine bay stuff. And finish off this job. How are we doing on time? 18.5 minutes. Alright. Drop her down. I've drained the oil, haven't I? I think I have. I think I've drained the oil. Right, so I have to get down to the timing, which means I need to take all this shit off again. Damn it. Hey, it could be a lot worse. Okay, belt, crankshaft pulley. Now we can take off the timing cover. Right, here we go. So timing chain, cam gear. That crankshaft doesn't look good. Cam gear and timing chain. What do I have? Do I have any of this stuff in stock? I don't. V8OHV. And we're looking for a cam gear. And we're looking for a timing chain. Timing chain there. Alright. Jesus Christ, will you go to the area that I want you to go to? Oh, I had a timing chain. Oh well. No harm. Get the belts back on now. And finally the fan. Ooh, nearly put the wrong one on. Okay, now let's check. All done there. All done there. Damn it! I forgot about this. Strange noises from the engine bay. Son of a bitch. Oh, I bet that's... Alright, this is going to be stripping. I know this is going to be a lot of stripping. So what I need to do is I need to do diagnostics like a compression test. I know I can feel it. I'm gonna have to strip the whole engine. Crankshaft. Ah, son of a bitch. OBD port, there isn't one. Fuel pressure test. Should come back fine. Yeah, alright, so just electronics now. And I know the tires are good. Right. Oh well. Okay, let's start stripping. Damn, I really hate doing these engines because we have to do all the rockers and ugh. And the push rod valves and oh Jesus. Alright, let's get the head covers off. Do the same over the far side. Exhaust manifold, you're next. Spark plugs. Okay, exhaust manifold this side. I can see one rocker arm there that needs to be replaced anyway, that's for sure. And you can see a valve push rod, that one there needs to be replaced. So this is where I'm going to find the majority of stuff, but it doesn't really do me any good because I have to break down the entire engine just to get at the damn pistons in order to take out the freaking crankshaft. So yeah, this is going to be 5 or 10 minutes of work. Alright, let's move over the other side. We'll start doing the same here. So it looks like 2 rocker arms and 3 or 4 push rod valves need to be replaced altogether. And I think I might have some of them in stores, but I'm not sure. Do the same here. Right. Now I need to do the freaking timing again so that I can get the crankshaft pulley off so that the crankshaft can come out. God, this is the third time I've stripped this stuff. On the plus side, I'm getting good XP. Right, I think that's fair enough. Now we can lift her up. Alright, now let's get the sump off. And now let's start undoing the rod caps. Oh, that timing chain needs to be done. Doesn't matter, I have to go back up anyway to get the pistons. So it's not the end of the world. I should be able to recondition all of these as well, actually, now that I think about it. So these will all go back in nice and shiny new. Right. That looks like it's all done. So now we drop her down and we pull out the pistons. And we'll do the rest of the timing. I'd swear some of those pistons need to be replaced. No, apparently not. Get that timing off now. And timing chain. And the rest of the pistons. Alright, now we bring her back up. And we take out the crankshaft. And then we're going to see what we can recondition. Hopefully the crankshaft will be one of those items. Oh wait, I have to take off the gearbox. Ah! This episode is certainly going on a little bit longer than I had originally planned, that is for sure. Alright, recondition time. What can we recondition? Should be quite a few bits actually here now that I think about it. And it certainly looks like it's turning out to be quite a few bits, which is great. Yep, all shiny new. Alright, now I want to see what have we found. Strange noises from engine bay. Here we go. Mark all this stuff off. So we can see the crankshaft is one of those. And now we need to drop her down and put the pistons back in. And I think I have new pistons, but we don't need to put them in. So I need to put in the second-hand ones. Just take a look here. Yeah, it's push rods that need to be replaced. So second-hand pistons. Great, they're not too far to get. Now we'll move over the other side and we'll do the same thing all over again here. Woo! Second-hand rings, thank you very much. Alright, now let's get the heads on. 2 shiny new reconditioned heads. Get the other one on now as well. Exhaust manifold, I guess you're next. And let's put the intake manifold back on. Get the other exhaust manifolds back in place. Right, now we're on to valve push rods. So, second-hand one can go in here. Second-hand one can go in here. Second-hand one can go in here. Second-hand rocker arm. Oh, this is going to be a pain. This is a new valve push rod. And this is a second-hand push rod. This is a new rocker arm. This is a new push rod. The last one that I have, actually. This is a second-hand rocker arm. These ones are all second-hand push rods, which, as it turns out, is all that I have left. Second-hand rocker arms here. Wunderbar. Alright, now let's move over the other side. I need one new valve push rod, so I'm going to have to go back out to make that purchase. But all the rest are second-hand. And this is all second-hand rocker arms. Second-hand, not new. Granted, it'd be a hell of a lot easier on me if I actually just went all new. But I'm not going to get anything extra for doing that, so I'm not going to bother. Oh, this is a new one as well. Oh, so that one needs to come out. Oh, second-hand one here. And a new rocker cover. Right, okay. That makes sense. Alright, let's quickly get that. So rod should return that. Valve push rod. And I'll buy like 5 of them. I'll have 4 spare. And that is a second-hand rocker arm. Sweet, now that head can go back on. The head cover, not the head. The head is already in place. Carburetors next, I think. Alright, and now the air filter base. The air filter itself, the air filter cover, and this engine head cover. Right, spark plugs, you're next up for shaving, all second-hand. Excuse me. Alright, moving over to the far side. Again, all second-hand spark plugs here. Okay, ignition distributor, you can go back, followed by the rotor, followed by the cap, followed by the clips. There we go, there's the other clip. Ignition wires, you're next for shaving. Now let's move on to timing. So timing chain. Timing cover. Hopefully for the last freaking time putting this shit back together. Actually, I should have got a skill point. I did, yeah, I got a skill point. Yeah, I got 40 as well at that. Do you know what? We might cover that in our next episode. Belts. Fan. Lovely. Right. Now we get working underneath. And we get this job finished once and for all. So let's mark off what is done. So we just need to put oil in and that'll be the end of the job once we have it all back together. Okay, right, rod caps, all reconditioned, shiny new, can go back in. And as well as that, the crankshaft bearing caps, all shiny new, can go back in as well. Well, not shiny new, they're reconditioned. All this stuff is reconditioned rather than shiny new. Actually, I just realized that. Wunderbar. Alright, now the oil pan. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. Second-hand flywheel can go on there. If there's no need to put in new, then why bother doing it? Same again here, second hand, along with a reconditioned gearbox. And now the starter. And the drive shaft. We are looking good. So let's drop her down. Hopefully now it's just a matter of putting oil into the engine. How are we doing on time? 39 minutes almost. Yeah, this turned out to be a little bit longer than originally planned, but it's alright. It's not the end of the world. We got 3 jobs done in this episode, which is great. Absolutely fantastic progress. Right, all done there, all done there, all done there, all done there, and all done there. Sweet, so we spent 2,600 on parts and we're getting 7,200 back in payout. Cha-ching! Wonderful, wonderful. Right, we're quickly going to check the phone, see if there are any experience orders. There's a story order, which we might do in our next episode. But no experience orders. Alright, well, we are going to leave it there for now. Thanks a million for watching, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. The more I can get you guys to interact on the channel and on the individual videos themselves, it makes such a huge difference for me and for the channel, and I appreciate it so much you have no idea. Anyway, my name is Winters, and I'll catch you next time. So until then, Take care.